Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Desmond with Dwight Books. Today's video I'm so excited to film and to bring to you. But before I jump into that, I do want to make kind of a cool, fun announcement. I recently became a Book of the Month affiliate. For those of you who don't know what Book of the Month is, each month they choose 5 young adult novels to feature. You pay monthly, and you choose either 1 book, 2 books, 3 books, or even 0 books. You can skip a month with no penalties, and they ship the hardcover book to your door in a cool little box with some bookish goodies and all that fun stuff. If you're interested in checking that out, seeing what books they have this month, you can use my affiliate link down in the description, along with the code PLS5. I'll have that on the description as well. And you can actually get your first month sent to you for just $9.99. Again, that is an affiliate link. I do have to let you know that if you click on that link and you do order, I do make a small commission off of that sale. But anyway, back to the fun video for today. I actually partnered with a friend over at KelsiReads to come up with this book tag today. I'm super excited about it. I don't know if you've all heard or seen this book here. I'm going to pop the title up somewhere, the cover up over here. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is the official title, and that is the official cover for the new Hunger Games prequel book that is coming out next year. I'm actually going to look down on my iPad because I believe I have the release date. I do not have that up. But anyway, it comes out next year, I believe, like middle of the year. It is going to start off 64 years before the events of Katniss's Hunger Games, and it's going to start on the day of the 10th Hunger Games and follow along that way. So with that new book being announced, I, like I said, partnered with Kelsi over at KelsiReads, and we actually came up with a Songbirds and Snakes book tag. Of course, it's going to have some Hunger Games related questions in it, and it's just going to be really fun, and I'm really excited to do this, and I'm really excited to partner with her. If you've not seen her channel yet, you can find the link to her channel down in the description as well. She is also posting her video going live today as well, so go check her video out and see which books she came up with for the tag. I didn't compile a list of people to tag, so if you're watching this video, consider yourself tagged. Yeah, just have fun. I'll have the link to my blog down in the description as well, which will have all the questions laid out for you, so you can just go there, look at that, and then follow along while you make your video as well. So let's get started. So the first question is, dystopian is dead? ? No way. Recommend a book set in a dystopian society. This one was tough for me to choose because there are, of course, so many dystopian novels out there. But I ended up settling on a series, so I kind of cheated. I picked more than 1 book, but they're all in the same series, so they're all in the same dystopian world. And that is the Maze Runner trilogy, well, and of course prequels and all the fun stuff, by James Dashner. I came to this series a little later than everyone else. It was, I think, all 3 of the movies were actually out before I ended up reading these. I read it last year sometime. I read all 4 of these. I have not read the 5th one. I can't remember what it's called. If I can scooch over here, I'll try to like pop up the title over here, the cover of that book over here. But yeah, so I loved all 4 of these. I know some people had a little issues. Of course, the books are better than the movie as well. But yeah, that would be my choice for a dystopian society that I really liked. Okay, the second question is volunteer as tribute. If you could swap places with a main character in any book and you take on their burden, which book would you choose? This was another hard one. And honestly, this is only the second question. I can't believe we wrote the question so hard to try to choose just 1 book for. But that's what makes it fun. So the book I chose is a weird one, but I love the story. I love the main characters. I don't know if you consider them two people or not. But that is The Host by Stephanie Meyer. If you have not read this book yet, it is really good. It is quite the book to read. But Stephanie Meyer, if you heard the name, not sure where it's clicking from, she's the author of the Twilight Saga. This is, I consider, completely different than the Twilight Saga. I thought it was a lot better. But yeah, I love Melanie and I love Wanda even more. So I would definitely swap places with Melanie and get to know Wanda a little bit more and more about her character. But yeah, I chose The Host for Melanie, who I would swap places with if I had to. Alrighty, question number 3 is Peta or Gale, how about neither? Name a book with a romance you could have done without, or a book where the main character would have been better off alone. I just realized I picked the same author for 2 of these questions. But the book I chose would be The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer. The romance in this book is not terrible. I'm not saying that I would go without because I don't like it. It's one of the driving points of the plot is that she was given one last mission by her handler to try to trap this guy, but she ends up falling in love with him anyway. I think if the romance was taken out and she just would have learned the truth about him and the reasons why they were wrong to try to go after him, the story would have been just as good. So I think taking out the romance of this book, it would have been the same book. She might have had to write it in a different way, but I could have 100% done without it. Again, if you haven't heard of The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer, author of the Twilight Saga, this is actually an adult novel. It's her first and only adult novel that she's written so far. It is crazy good. I expected it to be written and sound kind of similar to Twilight or The Host that I just mentioned for the last question, but it's completely different. If you're not reading this book because you're like, it's Stephanie Meyer and she wrote the Twilight Saga, give it a chance because it is really, really good. On to question number 4. Let's get this bread. Name a fictional career you would love to have. I chose one of the easiest careers to pick, and that is out of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Well, Harry Potter, any of the books, and that is headmaster. Who wouldn't want to be an all-powerful wizard, but then also be in charge of the wizarding school? Not a bad gig. I 100% would not mind that. Of course, it does come with its pros and its cons, but I honestly believe the pros would outweigh the cons. Hopefully that wouldn't mean... Well, I don't want to say that because that's going to spoil the Harry Potter story for anybody who hasn't finished the series yet. But yeah, I would choose headmaster at Hogwarts. Question number 5. The Victors. Pick 2 characters from different books that would be from the same district and end up winning the games together. I absolutely loved going through and trying to figure out this question because I would pick a character from this book and be like, okay, they would do really well with, and then pick another character, and I'm like, their character development in their own books would clash completely. So I came up with 2 really good ones. I feel like they're really good ones. The first one is Cassie from the 5th Wave, and the second one is Ruby from The Darkest Minds. These 2 are, I would say, character development wise, and I have only read The Darkest Mind. I haven't read the other 2 books in this series. They're 2 really, really strong female main characters. I have a feeling that if these two were from the same district and they partnered up together and went to the games, that they would have no doubt. I would have no doubt that they would dominate the games. And now that I'm saying that, I realize I picked two female characters. I probably should have picked a male because, of course, as you know, they're reaping female and a male. But if it wasn't female male, I would pick these two characters to go together. And I guess if I had to pick a female and a male, I would probably still stick with these two and pick Liam or Lee from The Darkest Minds, and still pick Cassie from the Fifth Wave trilogy for the victors to win the Hunger Games together. Alrighty, question number 6. The Mockingjay. Pick a character from a book you feel could fill Katniss's shoes as the Mockingjay to help lead the rebellion. This again was another hard one. There are a lot of strong characters out there in a lot of the books that I have and I've read that I could have picked for this. I wanted to go with something a little different and something kind of outside the box. So I actually chose Clary from not just City of Bones, but the Mortal Instruments in general. If you've only read City of Bones, you probably are looking at me like I'm a crazy guy right now because you're like, why Clary? But read the rest of the series. Her character development and her strength grows throughout the series. I feel with her passion and her drive, she would definitely be able to stand in front of the rebel forces and lead them to a victory and convince them that what they are doing is right. Question number 7. Cinna, Prim, Rue, Finnick. There are so many great side characters in the Hunger Games. Name a side character in any book that you would love to have a whole series about. I picked this book because I've always been curious and interested in learning about these two people's backstory and the reason why, like what they went through growing up, and how they handled the situation like Tris did. And that is Divergent. And that is Tris's mom and dad. Is it? I can't remember if it's said in the books if her mom was Divergent or not. I can't remember. But I would just love to know their growing up and the struggles that they faced to be able to raise Tris the way that they did. Question number 8. The Arena. There have been 75 Hunger Games, all with different settings and challenges. Name a book with a super immersive setting. The book I chose, again, I kind of went a little different with this one. Setting wise, it's actually in like the real world. It's not like fantasy, it's not dystopian or anything like that. But the setting, the fact that a good 3/4 of a book can be set in one house is kind of crazy. I chose this book because it's not a genre that I would normally read, but when I heard about the plot, it really interested me. And then of course they wrote a movie. They made a movie about it. I saw the trailer for that, really liked it, so I decided to pick it up. And that is Everything. I'm sure 95% of the people that watch this video already know exactly what this is about. The main setting is her house because she has a disease where she's basically allergic to the world, so she can't leave her house or she will die. So the fact that the setting is literally her house. It's usually her bedroom or her like office little area or whatever, but still she can't leave her house. Like, I don't know if that's considered an immersive setting, but I'm gonna go with it because this book is amazing. Like I said, not normally a book. I don't normally read like a contemporary, especially I consider this a contemporary romance maybe, but I normally wouldn't pick it up. I love this book, so I would actually recommend it, and that's why I'm putting it in this tag video. Question number 9, which is my absolute favorite question of the entire book tag, not only because of the question itself, but because of the books. Oh no, I'm supposed to choose a book, but I chose books because it's a duology, so I'm showing you both of them, but mainly because these 2 books are 2 of my favorite, all-time favorite books so far, ever. If you follow me on Twitter, when the second book was released 2 months ago, a month ago, October, it was about a month ago, it blew my mind. Book number 1 came out early last year, but let's get on to the question, and then I will show you the books that I'm talking about, and that is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. If you could choose one book or duology to get a prequel written about it, which books would you choose? And I'm so excited. I got a question that I can answer with these, which I actually thought about using these books for other questions, but I wanted to save them for this one because I really would love a prequel written about these. And I know the author at some point didn't say she was going to write it and didn't say that it was like in the plans, but she also had some thoughts in the back of her mind of a prequel, and that is The Keeper duology by Kim Chance. I gave both these books 5 stars. They are, like I said, 2 of my favorite books. Keeper, which follows Lainey, who's a bookworm. She finds out that she is the keeper of the grimoire. A bunch of stuff happens. I don't want to give away any spoilers because you have to read this book. It's amazing. This was Kim Chance's debut novel. And then this came out, like I said, about a little over a month ago. It's called Seeker, and it follows right up where Keeper left off. For those of you who like where a sequel picks up directly after the first book and not like jumps ahead or kind of switches out of left field and tries to confuse you. These books are absolutely amazing. But back to the question itself again, I'm getting off topic because I love these books so much. But the reason why I chose these for a prequel is actually this book here. Of course, she's mentioned in the second book, but she's a pretty dominant part of this book, and that is Josephine, who is one of Lainey's ancestors, who was also a keeper of the grimoire way back in the day. The things you learn about her and her family, which of course ends up being part of Lainey's family as well, I would love to hear more in depth about learn more about Josephine and Josephine's father, and maybe a little bit more, possibly more about the keepers that came after Josephine. I love this book a lot. So yeah, again, Keeper, Seeker, Kim Chance, go pick them up. I promise you won't regret it. But that is the final question for this book tag. Like I said, I did not write down a list of people to tag or to do the video, so if you're watching this, go ahead and consider yourself tagged. Like I said, the link to my blog post, which is going to have all these questions listed out, is going to be in the description box below. Make sure you check that out. Tag your friends. If you want to tweet me at Dwight Books once you have your video posted, or if you do a blog post with it, that would be really cool. I'd love to see and watch your videos. Comment down below if you have read any of the books that I mentioned and what your thoughts on them are, or if you agree or disagree with maybe the choice that I chose for certain questions. Also, please make sure you check out the description box for Kelsi's channel. Again, that's KelsiReads. This is a collaboration video. Like I said, we worked really hard on coming up with these questions together. I'm just really super excited to finally be posting this video. go watch her video, comment on her video, make sure you give her a thumbs up and subscribe to her as well. And again, the affiliate link for the book of the month is going to be listed down below. Again, if you use the code PLS5, you get your first month book box for just $9.99. So make sure you check that out. I will also link all of these books that I mentioned in the video today. They will be linked in the description as well with my Amazon affiliate link. Again, affiliate link. If you click on that link and buy the book, I do make a small commission off that as well. I think that's all I have for you today. Just a quick update on reading list. I'm just about to dive into Gone by Michael Grant. Really excited to get started into this. Hopefully have it done by the middle to end of this week, and be able to do a blog post and video book review on that as well. Again, if you have any questions or anything for me, make sure you leave it in the comments below. Make sure you press subscribe and turn on the little bell ringing dinging thingy. That way, every time I post a video, you will get a notification. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.